Okay, instead of creating envelopes, we are going to create labels. And instead of me writing out a bunch of directions, I'm going to just demonstrate how to do it. And of course, then you can always come back and write this down to help you work through it if you want. It'll be pretty similar to the letters. Some of the steps will be similar. So we're going to go to mailings. And we're going to do the same thing, start mail merge, and we'll use the wizard, step-by-step wizard. And this time we'll choose labels over here on the right. And then we'll come down and say start document. And then we're going to choose our label options right here. So this is the second time I have opened this up, and I am at this 89, 87 address labels. Might want the 5160s. I'm going to type in that number, 5160. Try it again. So if you want, and I just type those numbers in. This is a really long list here, but let's go ahead and use these Avery US. So you're going to make sure that this says Avery. And again, yours might open up and default to this 5160 address labels. Those are the ones that we want, and we'll say OK. And then we'll come down here and we'll say select recipients, and we'll browse. And we'll go back to the same database that you used for your letter, the supplier contacts, and we'll say OK. And we'll say OK. And here we want to come up and match our fields. I'm sorry. Let's do next arrange your labels first. So now we can get our address block. So come down here and do next arrange your labels, and then here we'll choose address block, and we'll use the same one that we used before. And now we're going to match our fields. So it will be the same that you did for the letter. And I think the company name, address, city, state, everything else looks good. So we just did first name, last name, and company name, and we'll click OK. And we click yes here. And now we'll say OK. And here it says address block, and these say next record. So before we preview, we're going to click here and say update all labels. And now they all have the address block in there. And here we'll choose preview your labels. And we don't want to have any of these spaces in between our lines. They're falling off the label, first of all, and it's hard to read. So up here in the left-hand corner, I can click to select everything. And then I'm just going to go to my layout tab and launch the paragraph group. Actually, you could do this from the home ribbon too, right? And it already says 0 after single space, and we're going to add, don't add space between paragraphs of the same style, and say OK. And now it tightens everything up, and it looks much better. And then you can go ahead and save this and upload this with your homework.